It was a good win for Goodwin at Pittodrie. Aberdeen looking like a real force now, playing some of the best football and looking the best I've seen them in probably at least a few years, if we're being completely honest. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We're here to talk about if Aberdeen can win the league. No, we're not. They ain't going to win the league, but they do look a lot better this season than they have in the previous two seasons, and we're here to discuss their 4-1 demolition job of St Mirren. I say demolition job because honestly, I think 4-1 flattered St Mirren. Stephen Robinson can say they got back in the game at 3-1, but nah, man, I thought Aberdeen could have won this game by 6, 7, 8. Honestly, I really do. But we'll talk about basically the start of the match. Gallagher, shocking challenge on Coulson, just takes him from behind, catches his ankle, gets a yellow card. Coulson has to go off injured. I mean, you could argue this was maybe even a red. I mean, I've seen the tackle that Murray Davidson done last week, and this was worse. So, I mean, honestly, I don't really know how some referees give yellows and reds. I don't get it, but to me, I've seen red cards that were not as bad as this. But anyway, Gallagher gets a yellow, and Gallagher, let's be real, I mean, 2 years ago when he played for Motherwell, I was saying Gallagher should be called up to the national team. Boy, that looked like a right fud. I mean, Gallagher, since he moved to Aberdeen, has been shit! And he doesn't seem to be getting better now that he's moved back to St Mirren. So, yeah, no, Declan Gallagher, please do not put him anywhere near the Scotland team. But speaking of Declan Gallagher, he gets involved again, lucky to be on the pitch, but we got Basunian, shoots, hits the post, it rebounds to the Aberdeen man, he hits it, and Gallagher previously tried to header the ball away, so he kind of slips and he's lying on the ground, and he's using his arm to prop his body up, so he's got one arm on the ground, you know, hoisting his body, which you would do if you're on the ground and you're going to get up. You put your hand on the ground, you know, to balance yourself, to push yourself up off the ground. That's just physics, you know, it happens. But the shot comes in and it hits Gallagher on the arm he's using to prop himself up on the ground, and the referee comes and gives a penalty. But more importantly, he gives a second yellow card and sends Gallagher off. Now, I can understand the penalty, right? As a goal score, the ball's probably going to go in. I don't think the keeper can save it. Carson's not going to save this. The ball would have probably went in if Gallagher wasn't there. But how the hell can he get sent off for this? This is no, he can't chop his arms off. You know, like what the fuck is he supposed to do? I mean, cut both arms off and throw them in the fucking bin? I mean, come on. He has to. He's using his arms to get up off the ground, and it just so happens the shot comes in and his arm's on the ground. That a penalty, yes, fair enough, because it has denied a goal-scoring opportunity, but this has to be, I think, one of the worst yellow cards I've seen. And I know you could go, well, it's a yellow card by the book of the rule, or rule of the book, or law of the land, whatever you fucking call it, man. I don't care, right? Shite yellow card. Absolute shite. I don't like Declan Gallagher. He's pish. But he could have got a red card for his first challenge. But this is very, very harsh, man. To send him off I don't know what he's supposed to do. Is he supposed to get up off the ground by not using his hands? You know how fucking dumb you would look if you didn't use your hands to get yourself up off the ground? You would just look retarded. But maybe it's better to look retarded than to get sent off. Anyway, Majowski scores the penalty. Scales, after that, has a great chance to make it 2. Kennedy whips in the corner, Scales at the front post, heads it across to the far post, and it just narrowly goes out. So I think Scales is going to be a big signing for Aberdeen. I don't know if Celtic have got any interest in making it a permanent move. Probably not, but I think Scales is pretty good, and Aberdeen fans I think need to chill out, you know, having a go at Goodwin, saying that we're not the Celtic Academy Club. No, we all know Hibs are the Celtic Academy Club, so why are Aberdeen bothered? I don't get it. I mean, it's a good player on loan, just take him. We have Majowski then, who makes it 2. Ball comes into the box, it's around about the 6-yard box. Trevor Carson, the goalkeeper of St Mirren, what is he doing here? He has an absolute shocker. He just stands there and waits on the ball. He's on his knees waiting for the ball to roll into his hands. Just there, he's just waiting. But while he's waiting, Majowski obviously spots the opportunity. He rushes and slides in and slide tackles it into the back of the net. Terrible by Trevor Carson, and I would bury him for this, but he was actually St Mirren's best player. He made a countless amount of saves in this game. So yeah, I'm not going to be too harsh on Carson, but this was really, really bad here for him to allow in the second goal. Then we had a chance for Majowski to make a hat-trick, another save by Carson. Ball falls to Kennedy, he lays it off to Clarkson, and he scores a rocket ship of a goal on his debut. Just signed at 10 a.m. this morning, and he blasts in one of the best goals Aberdeen have seen in years. This was... I've heard people refer to it as Gerrard-like, and that's a fair description of what this goal was like, man. Complete rocket ship of a strike, man, and it, boom, keeper no chance. Trevor Carson, he was good today, but he's no this good, man. He's no saving that. So 3-0 at the break. Get into the second half. Kelty and Hayes are like shoulder to shoulder on the edge of the box. They were coming together. I didn't see anything of it. Referee gives a penalty to St Mirren. I was like, what? Honestly, what? A penalty to St Mirren? For me, it wasn't even a foul. I was shocked this was given as a penalty. Johnny Hayes, to be fair, looked shocked as well. I don't think he knew what happened. Anyway, St Mirren did score the penalty. It got them back in the game, according to Stephen Robinson. But, I mean, come on, they were 3-1 down and down to 10 men. They were never getting back in the game. Majowski got played through with another chance. Again, Carson denying him the hat-trick. But then it fell to Lopez late on. He was charging forward. He had options. He could have dinked it across to his teammate for an easy tap and a sweaty goal. But nah, instead he dinked it over Carson, scored on his debut, and made it 4-1 to Aberdeen. And that rounded off their victory today. And like I said, it was a massive win for Jim Goodwin. Jim Goodwin's biggest win of his Aberdeen career. And I know it's not been going around long, but I know he's only in the job really, 4, 5, 6 months or whatever, but a solid win for Goodwin. I think he needed this. They lost last week to Celtic, but you're not going to judge Aberdeen. All these new signings, you can't judge Aberdeen on their opening game against Celtic at Celtic Park. That's not what Aberdeen are going to be judged on. I think Jim Goodwin got a bye last week. We're going to judge Goodwin from this week onwards, and based on what we've seen today, Aberdeen looked great. I think they would have won this game relatively easy if it was 11, a Fellseas 11. Of course, we'll never know that, but that's my opinion, guys. For Aberdeen, looked really, really good. I've predicted them to finish 4th this season. I do think they'll finish 4th. Who knows, though? Maybe they'll even challenge Hearts for 3rd. But yeah, today was a good win for Goodwin. And that's it, guys, for Fog Fitbit. I'll catch you in the next one, but until then, peace.